Smash the like button if you believe that Adam Cole will never get his special attraction mystique back ever again. And The Rock means ever again.
All right, so let's talk about All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling Collision. The first match, FTR versus Roddy Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. The same Kyle who should be in the Death Rider BBC Club and kick out Wheeler Useless. So what was my biggest takeaway during this match? My biggest takeaway was this match going to be any better than their matches down in NXT? I'm talking about the black and gold NXT. I was trying to make that comparison. Are these guys a step slower, or did these guys get better since leaving NXT? Go back and watch their matches in NXT. Those matches were explosive. But this match was boring as hell. What happened? Hell yeah, all four men have been on the decline. I'm sorry. This match was boring compared to the black and gold NXT matches. That's a fact. I will say all four men are a step slower. These men are not explosive anymore. Hell, add Adam Coleslaw to that mix. He's also a step slower compared to his NXT days. Yes, I will admit, the Undisputed Era, they had the best matches when they were in NXT. I will admit that. But now, they no longer stand out. They blend in with everybody on this roster, and that's the problem. That's the main issue with coming to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. The whole roster wrestles the same, so nobody stands out. Go back and watch Kyle O'Reilly with Bobby Fish versus FTR in NXT. That was a classic match. But this was very underwhelming. What the hell happened here? Now, I noticed that Kyle O'Reilly did the ankle lock. I will say this. They have really watered down the ankle lock. I blame Kurt Angle because when Ken Shamrock was doing the ankle lock, he was tapping people out. That's what people forget. Ken Shamrock was tapping people out when he was doing the ankle lock. But now the ankle lock is the new super kick. It's nothing more than a setup move. Yes, I do love Kurt Angle, but yes, he buried the ankle lock. I'm like, bro, why didn't you tap out people with that move to put it over? It's like he made that move a setup move. Ken Shamrock, that was his finisher. He was tapping people out with the ankle lock. People nowadays, they use the ankle lock just to pop the audience. But everybody knows you are not going to tap out from the ankle lock. That's the part that I have a problem with. I will give this match a 6 out of 10. This match could have been better compared to their matches in NXT. That's the main issue. Everybody thinks that they are free in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling to have any kind of match they want. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that standard. Was this match better than their black and gold NXT matches? Hell no. This match was very underwhelming. So, who won? It was Kyle O'Reilly and Roddy Strong. Yes, they won this match and FTR lost. But it looks like FTR might turn heel. Maybe that's why we didn't see FTR in Australia. Maybe because where was FTR when Edge was getting jumped? We did not see FTR. They might be turning heel. So after the match, FTR did not shake the hands of Kyle and Roddy. So that means down the line, they will turn heel. And I believe that's why FTR did not fly to Australia to help Edge against the Death Rider BBC Club. Like I said, those guys are snakes. Those guys are leeches. Now, all of a sudden, they feel like they don't need Edge. I'm like, bro, Edge made you guys relevant. Once again, you should be thanking Edge. So, yes, I'm guessing down the line, FTR will be officially heels without Edge. So, the next match, Wheeler Useless versus Willie Mack. Come on, man. Who do you think won this match? Obviously, Wheeler Useless, the Vanilla Midget, he won this match against Willie Mack, the big guy. Every big guy is a loser in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. I don't get it. Wheeler Useless does not look impressive. And he squashed Willie Mack. Yes, Wheeler Useless beat Willie Mack. And then Dean Ambrose came out, and both Dean Ambrose and Wheeler Useless, they beat up Willie Mack with a briefcase. People keep asking me the same question. Do I think that Dean Ambrose will return to the World Wrestling Federation? I keep on telling you, he's never coming back, okay? Dean Ambrose will never come back to the World Wrestling Federation. There's no point. Unless he has a fallout like CM Junk, he's never leaving. What's the point? Why? Because Dean Ambrose has full FCC, full creative control. So what's the point of leaving when Dean Ambrose is the highest paid guy on the roster with full power in his storylines? So what's the point of leaving? He's a multi-time world heavyweight champion in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. He might be the GOAT, right? He might be the GOAT wrestler of All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling when it's all said and done. Dean helped build this company. Dean Ambrose will retire like Daniel Bryan in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Do you see Daniel Bryan going back to the World Wrestling Federation? Hell no. He's never coming back to that company. Same with Dean Ambrose. He's never leaving. There's no need to leave. Because if he goes back, he's going to play third fiddle to Seth and Roman. So there's no point in leaving. He's a top guy in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. The company is built around Dean Ambrose. Why would you leave that? Okay, if you are Dean Ambrose, what would you do? Stay in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling as a main eventer, or go back to the World Wrestling Federation and join the mid-card or the upper tier mid-card? What's the point? He will never surpass Cody Rhodes. He will never surpass Seth Freaky Rollins. He will never surpass CM Junk, Braun Breaker, Roman. What's the point? Dean Ambrose will stay in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling for the rest of his life. He will be a lifer in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, and rightfully so. He should never leave. If you have that kind of power with that paycheck, why leave it? So let's talk about the next match. Isaiah Swerve Scott versus some guy named Clark Connors. Now, I have never seen Clark Connors a day in my life. I have never heard of Clark Connors. At first, I said to myself, why is Isaiah Swerve Scott fighting no names? And then I saw that he has a record in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, 2-2. So he's not fully a nobody. It's just I don't know who this guy is. So apparently, Clark Connors is from New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling, and he's in a faction with Gabe Kidd. I will say this, he's better than Gabe Kidd. I will say that. Gabe Kidd sucks. He's a fat, bald-headed, pale, white guy who is bland. He's a bland MJF, and that's bad. But I will take Clark Connors over Gabe Kidd any day of the week, because at least Connors has hair and he has a great look. So I will say that. I must admit, Clark Connors was very impressive in this match versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. Tony Khan man should book Clark Connors more often. This guy might have upside in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. He looks like a better Jay White. That's my take. He looks like a better Jay White. Like I said, do not sleep on Clark Connors. This guy is better than Danny Garcia, and it's not even close. Clark Connors should be the TNT champion and not Garcia. That's facts on facts. This guy has potential. He might be the replacement for Ricky Starks in All Elite Wrestling. This was a great match. I say go back and watch it. This match was solid. Of course, Isaiah Swerve Scott won, but that's not the point. The point was to showcase Clark Connors. I'm telling you, Mr. Connors has upside and potential. Do not sleep on Clark Connors. So let's move on to the next match. Lee Moriarty with 2 other black guys versus 3 other jobbers. Now, we all know I do not review jobber matches. There's no point. But obviously, Lee Moriarty and his 2 other black guy friends won this match. We all know who won this match. It was Lee Moriarty with his 2 black guy friends. They won this match against those 3 jobbers. Let's talk about the next match. Danny Garcia versus Adam Coleslaw for the TNT Championship. My biggest takeaway was, who's bigger? There's no way that Adam Coleslaw is bigger than Danny Garcia. And I was right. Danny Garcia is bigger than Adam Coleslaw. Adam Coleslaw makes Danny Garcia look like a heavyweight. I don't get it. Billy Graham, superstar Billy Graham, gave Adam Coleslaw great advice. He told him to take steroids. And I agree. Adam Coleslaw should take steroids. Listen, steroids are not dangerous. Just don't abuse them. That's all I'm saying. Steroids are not bad. You don't have to abuse them. That's my point. Adam Coleslaw can take steroids safely. All Adam Coleslaw has to do is hire a trainer or go online and study steroids. Or Adam Coleslaw can talk to Brian Cage. Just look at Brian Cage. He's doing just fine. He looks healthy. Brian Cage is still athletic. He's proof you can take steroids safely and live a healthy life. So, have I ever taken steroids in my past? Yes, and I'm doing just fine because I never abused steroids. Because my goal was not to look super buff. My goal was to look like Rick Rude. Rick Rude has the best body of all time in fake pro wrestling. That was my goal. My goal was to look like Rick Rude. Just imagine if Adam Coleslaw had a Rick Rude body. Fuck all elite wrestling. Adam Coleslaw would be a main eventer in the World Wrestling Federation if he looked like Rick Rude. If Adam Coleslaw had a Rick Rude body, it would be Cody Rhodes versus Adam Coleslaw in the main event of WrestleMania this year. So what are my thoughts about this match? This was a very boring, underwhelming match. And it ended via a DQ because Shane Taylor Promotions beat up Adam Coleslaw and Danny Garcia, which means we have no winner in this match. Now, this was great booking that this match ended via a DQ because this was a boring-ass match. Garcia versus Adam Coleslaw, those 2 men have zero chemistry. Also, from a visual standpoint, Danny Garcia, he's bigger than Adam Coleslaw, and that's not good. I hope Adam Coleslaw doesn't get a rematch because it's not good that Adam Coleslaw makes Danny Garcia look like a heavyweight. So let's talk about the next match. Queen Aminata versus Julia Hart. I will admit, these 2 females, they had a great match last week. So I'm guessing Tony Khan Man wants to strike twice with a great match. The real question is, should these 2 females have a best out of 7 series? Do they have that kind of chemistry like Andrade and Mello? I say why not? Why not book these 2 females in a best of 7 series? Let's give Queen Aminata some more shine. I must say, even though Julia Hart has a gothic gimmick, that female can wrestle. She was very impressive in this match. Whoa, hold up. Queen Aminata just beat Julia Hart. Wow, this is a huge upset. Like I said, why not go best of 7? A best out of 7 series will be great for Collision. I say book it. Give these 2 females some shine in a best of 7 series. Because this outcome was truly an upset. I did not expect Queen Aminata to beat Julia Hart. Let's talk about the next match. The main event, Bandito, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Keith and Big Cass. This show was in the hometown of Powerhouse Hobbs. So we all knew that Powerhouse Hobbs was going to win this tag team match with Bandito. Like I said, I made my pitch. I think Powerhouse Hobbs should beat Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. He's the only option. He's the only option that makes sense. Why? He's feuding with the Learning Tree. So it makes sense for Powerhouse Hobbs to beat Chris Jericho for that championship because Jericho doesn't need that belt. Powerhouse Hobbs needs to be a Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. Also, I liked how Tony Khan turned Powerhouse Hobbs into a babyface. That does make sense because nobody wants to boo Powerhouse Hobbs. People feel sorry for Powerhouse Hobbs, so why would you boo him? Why would you turn Powerhouse Hobbs heel? The audience respects Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, I'm a huge fan of Big Cass, but Big Cass had one major botch in this match. He forgot to catch Bandito off of a moonsault off of Powerhouse Hobbs' shoulders. I'm like, bro, Big Cass, why didn't you catch Bandito flying off of Powerhouse Hobbs' shoulders? You clearly saw Bandito setting up that move with Hobbs. Big Cass had a brain freeze just like Thunder Rosa last week. But this was a very good match for the fans of Powerhouse Hobbs in his hometown. And yes, Powerhouse Hobbs pinned Brian Keith with a spine buster. 1, 2, 3, the show is over. So what do I grade this show? I will give it a 5 out of 10. This was a very average show. And I'm done.